Well, hi there. The past few months have been physically and emotionally very, very, very draining and hard. It's why I've been so quiet. But I'm here now, and welcome to the Cole Connor Show, which is pretty much the same thing as the podcast, but it's a little bit different, and we're going to try things a little bit different. What's going on? My name is Cole Connor. I'm an artist and entrepreneur, and I was put here to do two things: create and inspire. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. I've been toying with the idea of being a little more improv-y and just chatting about things that are on my mind, maybe having an overall main objective or subject to discuss, and that's kind of what this is. And the first thing, after not really doing much in the past couple months, I wanted to just talk for a second about the realities of moving to Los Angeles and how it's been for me personally. And I got a couple other things to talk about. But really, it's been one of the most, I think I've been emotionally mostly in one of the most lowest places, which the past couple of years have been filled with so many ups and downs. But this was different, I feel like, because when I was in my other low places, I feel like I still had like a fire to chase my dream, a fire to be the best person that I could be, and be productive and all these things, always checking things off the list and trying to run and build back a business and do all these cool things. But what happened was I kind of lost that. I moved here with a certain amount of money that I had saved. Honestly, a lot of momentum with music, even. That wasn't what I was going to say. A lot of momentum with my business. Music was doing all right. I was being able to make videos. A lot of things were going in a positive direction. But for Nachlan and I, this move was just so important in the next step for both of us. So we had to do it. I had to take the risk, take the jump, and you spend up all that money real fast. And, once you get the deposit, you buy the apartment. That's pretty much where mine went to zero. And I had to figure out over the past 3-4 months what I was going to do. I launched the course, which has been awesome. That's the Creative Survival Guide and Real Estate Photography 101. But, you can't just automatically make a ton of money with it. You have to work at it and you have to grind at it, and you still might not make money with it. You just don't really know what's going to happen. So, with that being said, I had to do some Uber Eats. I tried some part-time gigs. I made a video about how I've done Rover. I restarted my real estate photography business here, and it all was just so freaking humbling. In 2019, which I know some of y'all know this, but I'm just gonna pretend like this is someone brand new watching. In 2019, I had a business I was doing so well, making more money than I could even imagine at the time. And to be at a point where I moved to a new city, I literally don't know anyone. And starting over at 28, it was just mentally tough. That's the bottom line. It was tough. And it took me a second for it to hit. And I think when it hit, that I really had to figure out something else. And I had to remotivate myself to make money, pretty much, was when I was Uber Eatsing. During these Uber Eats trips, you see a lot in Los Angeles. Not only do you see, trash everywhere and tons of people and, cool buildings and new stores and new restaurants, but you see tons of homelessness, for example. You see almost like stampedes of people walking down the streets that they all kind of look like they're struggling too. Even though, Los Angeles has all this hype around it as being this, gorgeous, beautiful place where all your dreams come true, it's also, I think, a very dark hole. And I know for me, when I was Uber Eatsing a good bit, I did it like about full time, I think, for like 3 or 4 weeks, which I know isn't really that long in the grand scheme of things. But during that time, I was just so like, I can't believe I'm back at this place where I have to do this to survive. I don't have any time really to work on the things that I want to work on, whether it's writing or making YouTube video or making music. I've just felt so like a loser. I really like a freaking loser, and it sucked. It wasn't cool. And one night I found myself just watching video after video of these homeless people. This guy who interviews homeless people, and it was just like, I know I never would actually be homeless, but it was a moment where I was like, I'm so invisible here that this could, like, I just like envisioned if it was me, like if I let myself get to the point where I was homeless, and I just completely gave up. And there was a couple weeks where I just really felt like that. I was like, I feel like I can't get out of this hole. I feel so invisible that there's no way anyone will ever actually see the talent in me or the value in me. And just very briefly, my light, I think, kind of went out, and I saw how being a small fish in a big pond can kind of like drown you in a sense. What's kind of crazy about this all, I really can't. I'm trying to keep these, I don't want to speak too long, but I'm trying to go like 30 minutes maybe. But what's really crazy is when I was in New York, I went there. I was like a young kid with a bunch of dreams when I was like 20, and same dreams, but I didn't really know myself, and I didn't really know the world much then. But I went to New York with a friend of mine, Tennille Amour, and she kind of showed me around, and we did all the stuff, and it was really cool. And I had this moment in Central Park where I was like, wow, this is such a big city. I don't even know what to do, and I felt so small. And I guess the invisible thing's kind of how I felt coming from Sumter, South Carolina, where, I mean, there's not a lot of people doing what I was doing, especially where I came from, in like a 90% white private school. Like, I was just the dude that did that. That was the rapper, for example. The white kid that raps that people do memes about. I was that guy. And it was just a lot going to New York, and I didn't know if that was the right move. So the goal was to come back home and build up a fan base and become a big fish in a small pond, and then move to a bigger city. And that's kind of exactly what's happened. But it was a little bit of a culture shock. That's what I'm trying to say. And I realized very quickly that I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do while Uber Eatsing 6 to 8 hours a day. It's just, I was so exhausted, physically and mentally, and it just wasn't going to work. So, not to be super low the entire time, I switched up my plan a little bit, and I started writing a lot more on Medium and my website. And that's something that I think even though I write when I script and I write when I make music, I lost a little bit. Even though that's like the first creative thing I ever did was write. I used to write poems and short stories, but I don't know, you just kind of lose it sometimes. And I gotten back to it, and I'm getting better and better, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I think that's a way that I can let out a lot of creative energy and, make a little extra cash as well. But the other thing, which will probably be the moneymaker, which always has been the moneymaker for me, is the real estate photography. Subcontracting for a couple companies, as well as building my own business. And once I sat down and was like, I have to make some more money per hour, like my time has to be worth more so that I can survive out here, that just seemed like the best bet. I looked up full-time jobs, but I just don't think I can do a full-time job. I can't let myself do it. I'm always thinking about growing the creative side of myself and actually putting that to the side to just make money and grow someone else's vision. I can't do it. And a big thing I think that was different, it's different for me now. I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but I really value having time with Nachlan, having phone calls with my mom, talking to my sister, or my dad. Like, these things, they matter to me a lot. So maybe when I was 22, 23, 24, I was willing to just work 24/7 and just let everything else fall to the wayside. But I've always had this vision of being able to have the white picket fence, which is like a family, a woman that I love, and chase my dreams and be successful in both. And I'm not going to let that, fade away. It's something that I believe in and I believe can happen. And I think there's just smarter ways for me to go about it these days. Anyways, that's where I've been at. And it was really hard to push through that. So I think I finally understand what I'm almost like a different type of depression. I've never really been someone who says that I've been depressed. I've been sad. I've been down. But this was, I was depressed for a little while. And because I put so much value on money, I think it really just, you're not worth much when you're, delivering food, making 25. I mean, sometimes you make pretty good money delivering food, but it's just like the thought of it, that this is what I'm doing again, pretty much. It's humbling, very, very humbling. Obviously, I had a lot of time to think, just driving around and trying to figure out what my next moves were going to be, what I should work towards being in this new city with all the resources that I wanted. And a couple of the things I told you, writing, that's something that I really want to focus on more. I want to see if acting is something I want. I stopped doing acting like immediately because I got scammed. Dude said he's going to pay me, didn't pay me. And then I noticed that I started just trying to pick up gigs for money. And I don't think that's what I need to be doing. I think I need to be growing as a performer and as an actor and not worried about the money. So then when I, shifted my focus and figured out what I can do to survive and, get by, now I feel like I want to go back into it with a different mindset and see if it's something that I would like to actually pursue. One thing Nachlan and I have been working really heavy on is pretty much eating healthier and getting back on I wouldn't say back, just eating healthier and working out consistently. I had that ankle injury that really set me back, and it's kind of an excuse a little bit, but it definitely did a little teeny bit. And then we also just hella indulged our first year of being together. It was like nonstop indulgences, which it's fine, it's beautiful, it's great, but we are ready to switch things up. So we focused on that heavily. That's something that I felt like has really been holding me back in general. I think holds so many people back. It's just not treating your body like you love it, which, so that's a big thing that I learned. And also that I want to talk about more shit. I don't want to just be someone who teaches y'all random stuff. I don't want to just be a creator of motivational or self-development videos. I want to go a little... I said that wrong too. Man, shit. This is why it's going to be like a podcast style. I'm just going to talk through it. But I want to get more into self-development, productivity. I've been studying a ton on the stock market, which I haven't told y'all anything about, but I've been learning a ton of shit on the stock market. Love. I have always wanted to talk about love and relationships and like what being a man means and all this type of stuff. I want to dive into that. And on top of that, social things. I've been very hesitant to talk about social things going on because people are so extreme, and I'm not an extreme person. I'm very in the middle. I'm all about seeing perspective and seeing different sides. And I'm just like super comfortable, I think, with myself now, and I'm comfortable explaining how I feel and talking things through. So I feel like I'm ready to kind of go into that realm, and I think I have something to say, which is important. So the Cole Connor show is going to have guests. If you want to be a guest, hit me up. The Cole Connor podcast had guests only. This one's going to have more than that. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be talking. Maybe I'll do games. I don't know yet. I'm figuring it out, trying to figure out what I actually like to do and all the things I've been trying. I really do like talking to people, and I feel like one of my weaknesses right now is I don't talk to enough people, and I think this can be an avenue where I speak to more people. So I'm going to keep doing that. Creative Survival Guide, what's up with that? So let's to be transparent, the Creative Survival Guide is this idea that I'm still working through. The idea is that there is a coaching program that I do, mentoring, where we go through, it's pretty much 4 modules. First I said 4 weeks, but I think it would take at least 8 weeks. The couple of people I've put through it took them more than 4 weeks. It's something that I gotta tighten up a little bit more. So you'll see me talk about it and work on it. There's a dog whining. The other thing, the real estate photography course has done pretty well on Skillshare. And I've had a couple people purchase it as well, which is awesome, but it has me thinking about a different way to package it. And I want to work on some other courses and things that I feel super passionate about, but I'm having trouble with how to package it correctly. So I'm going to be working through that as well. And in the meantime, just creating teaching videos. And I think I'm going to be separating a couple of Instagrams. I don't want people who see me on Instagram to just think that I am just a teacher. That's why I want to separate the Instagrams and the TikToks. And I want to focus my personal Instagram and TikTok on the artist that I feel like I am and the things I want to say. Because I feel like, I lost touch with that a little bit as far as making videos. And I don't want to lose touch with that. So that's what I'm going to do. Music, I am working on an album. My last album came out in 2016. It was called Soda. I had a single come out in August called Wine Drunk. I'm working on something really special. I don't want to put it out until it's first off done and until it's like as great as I think that it can be. So I'm working through that. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. What else did I want to say here? I guess I did want to talk about briefly feeling old. Actually, I'm going to save that for a topic itself. Like everybody knows, like as you, I think, get towards the end of your 20s or whatever it is, or your 30s, your 40s, your teens, or when you turn 21, I don't know. You just start to feel old and like things aren't possible and your life's slipping away. So I've been in a lot of thought about that, and death has been on my mind a lot. No one that I know personally has died like really close to me, but I feel like it's just such an ominous thing that's like always there, and it's just kind of sad. But anyways, I've been diving into some thought on that. And 2 other things. Here we go. The Everyday Club. You're going to see me promote it on here. I'm still working my way through all the things that I want to do with that. I'll announce it like as I come up with things. And if you have any ideas of what I could do with it, let me know. That is a subscription based, not a platform. What would you call that? It's a club. So you get special things as a part of the club. I have digital products. So I have digital products on Etsy and on my website. That's like YouTube templates or presets, things like that. You get access to those things. So yeah, things like that, discounts, giveaways. I'm trying to figure out how to make that something real that people get excited about and that I can be excited about. And the last thing, so content going into 2022, teaching, speaking on things, this podcast. Hopefully we'll be able to get some music videos. That'd be awesome. Then the series that I've started, the No Niche series, which is where I go in and I do a different job or activity with an expert in the field, and that's been really fun, and I really want to continue doing that and have a lot of fun with it. Hopefully one day I could like sell that to Netflix or something. That'd be awesome. And then the other one is the bucket. I think I've done 2 episodes of that, and I'm hoping to just ramp it up a little more this year. And I mean, there's only so much time in the day, but as I've been able to go on more adventures and scratch things off my bucket list, that's something that I want to document. So that will continue, and hopefully I'll be doing some more vlog type content. We will see. I'd rather have a plan with the vlogs. There was a period where I tried to not have a plan with the vlogs, but I think I'm going to have a plan. Man. Honestly, guys, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say with this episode of the Cole Connor Show. I know it's not super entertaining, but I wanted to talk about the realities of what is going on, or what's been going on the past 4-ish months since I moved out here. That's not to say it's all been bad. It's just been really different. One beautiful thing is like this set is coming together. Our house is coming together. Nachlan and I are doing awesome. Our cats are doing awesome. Yeah, it's fine overall, and especially at this moment, I'm feeling very positive about the entire year with these subcontracting jobs, and with really just being able to actually make some money online has been awesome with Skillshare and with Medium and a couple other avenues. That's been really cool. So the future is bright, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out. Let me know what you thought of me kind of just, blabbering for a few minutes. And if there's anything specific you would want to hear me talk about in future vids, I'm out of here. Subscribe if you want to. Like the vids, comment the vids. I'm out. Oh, actually, I want to say one more thing. This, and I've talked about it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's the Cole Connor. At the Cole Connor. All of my goals for 2022 can be summed up with be proactive. And I think that's the biggest thing that I learned coming out to LA, pretty much spending all the money I had, making the money back, thinking about my life and my purpose and what makes me happy and how to be the happiest that I can be. Those 2 words, be proactive, changes everything. If I'm proactive about my health, I'm going to actually do it. I'm not going to give in. If I'm proactive about my business, I'm going to go out and make things happen. About my music, I'm going to actually make music. I'm going to purchase tools that help me make music. I'm going to sit and have sessions. If it's a YouTube video, I'm going to be proactive and say, yes, I can get this done today. I'm not too tired. I got this. Very simple thing, but I think it changes everything versus when you're in a depressed mind state. You're kind of deactive, where you're just not doing anything, and then if you're reactive, you're just reacting emotionally to everything that's going on, and that's not good either. So anyways, something to think about. Be proactive. I'm out for release time. Peace.
Every day I wake up with a vision, cooking in the kitchen, ain't no fucking in a mission, like yo. Shaking up your city with my bitchin', soda in the building, and the motherfucker fizzing, like whoa. Cole won't stop till they get that gold. Cole won't stop till you sing my song all the way home.